What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing? This is Yix here at Magna Crypto, back again with another video. In this video, I'm going to be looking at Cosmos, some updates with that, and also have a look at the market in general to see what's going on. It's looking a bit turbulent. So stick around and let's get this show on the road. So first and foremost, a few days ago was a very important day for the Cosmos ecosystem. March the 13th, the Cosmos Hub was born, 2019. So 3 days ago, it was a 2-year anniversary, and this marks completion of the original Cosmos white paper and sets a new journey ahead into blockchain communication, interchain stacking, Ethereum bridge, DEXs, EVM on Cosmos, and much more. So I just want to go over this quickly and just to kind of show the progress that has been made since the inception of Cosmos. Now, as you might know, or as you might not know, I'm a big fan of Cosmos because of the development in the ecosystem. The amount of applications that have been built on this ecosystem is quite astounding. And not only that, those applications are actually valuable. They're good, strong applications with good use cases. I've given many examples of Kava, of Band Protocol, Akash Network. Many applications have been built on the Cosmos ecosystem using the Cosmos SDK kit and things of that nature. And this, again, at the end of the day, what matters is the results. And Cosmos is about results. In 2 years, it's created a massive ecosystem with over $60 billion. We'll go to the next tweet. $60 billion in assets across 200 plus chains. And this is the second part. I've mentioned this, and now this is somewhat confirmation. Second most active ecosystem on GitHub, following Ethereum with over 1,300 repos. Not only that, I mean, in terms of not only the kind of GitHub activity, but in general, in my opinion, is second behind Ethereum, just from all the applications that have been built on this ecosystem, the activity and the actual quality of those apps. They're not just, small useless applications. Only Ethereum can actually boast the same amount of, or obviously, of course, Ethereum has much more value. And Polkadot is closely behind, but it hasn't actually become active yet. So only Ethereum can really say that they've got more credible, valuable applications than Cosmos. But still, with the development of Stargate, with the release of Stargate, this is only going to continue. This is a very interesting image that they created, or a GIF, and it shows the development of the Cosmos ecosystem from its inception. Just a few applications, from all the developments and just how the ecosystem grows. You've got applications building off different applications, and then, the communication increasing. And with, inter-blockchain communication, IBC, within Stargate, this is only gonna increase, by an order of magnitude of quite a lot. So very, very, very exciting things happening with Cosmos. The first 2 years have been very successful, and the next 2 years I think is only going to increase exponentially. So very exciting things happening with Cosmos. Now moving over to the technicals, I want to look at the USD pairing and also the Bitcoin pairing. It actually looks quite bullish. Now you can see a counter trend line in play at the moment. An initial rejection at around $21, $22, and now it's trying to break past this counter trend line. Now you can see here these 3 wicks, several rejections. So once it breaks past there, it's going to be on to the next major level of $26, the previous high, and then it'll be in price discovery mode. Now in terms of targets, past this, for sure, this will be the initial target. Then $30 will be the initial target. We'll have to see from that point on, because what it looks like at the moment is you can see this from this breakout, massive pump from $8 all the way up to 22 and 26. And this, you can see this chart pattern is the initial correction within here. So this could be a somewhat of a measured move up. So essentially this play right here could be part of the same play. So we need to see what the next chart pattern is gonna look like after this. Now, my medium-term target is definitely $50. It's not too far away. It's about 150% from the current level. What I'm going to look for is essentially how fast it gets there. Now, once it breaks out this pattern, of course, no guarantees, but once it breaks out this pattern and continues on the upside and gets closer to 45 and 50, depending on how fast it gets there, you know, I'll estimate my next long-term target. I do like to play it by ear. Now, of course, we can say you could reach $100. Now, for sure, that's definitely within reach. But for me, it depends on the next, you know, going into the end of March and April, how much of an explosion in price we see for me will determine how far I can get for the rest of the year. So once we get close to $50, personally, I'll have a look at how far we can estimate the next target. But for sure, with the release of Stargate, the potential is very high. The potential is it could get to $100 and beyond. But I'm a conservative investor, conservative trader, so I like to play it as it goes along. So that is the USD pairing. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin pairing. Slightly different story with the Bitcoin pairing. So after recovering from this, you know, downtrend, it exploded to somewhat of a midpoint. So it's in between this major level of support and the next level of resistance. You can see there was a massive rejection from this level all the way down to the midpoint and below, and now it's retesting this midpoint as resistance. So potentially, if it closes above this, then we could look again towards the next level of resistance. If if it acts as resistance and rejects it, then it could go down to the next support level. So on the Bitcoin pairing, it looks a little bit like it's in limbo. Potentially it could become a rejection down to support, or it could break through and then test that resistance, and then potentially beyond towards the next major level of resistance. But essentially, as long as it, you know, creates a higher low, then it's going to remain in an uptrend. And as long as it stays above this support level, I think, you know, it's looking all good from the Bitcoin pairing. Moving over to, we're going to have a quick look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it was looking like it was about to explode to the upside, you know, after making new highs at 60k. We have had some profit taking and a rejection from 61,000. But what I'm looking for mainly is, as long as, and I mentioned this in the last breakdown, as long as it stays above this level, which is a key level, about 51,000. You can see here a few weeks have touched this, and also there is a low over here as well. So as long as it stays above here, I think it's going to be all right. It's going to bounce off here and continue going to the upside. Then I see 64,000 being hit and beyond. But you know, this, you know, bearish Monday and Tuesday, I think it's nothing to worry about really. As I mentioned previously, I did think the correction was going to carry on, but that seems to be over. So I think, you know, the bulls are now in control. Moving over to Ethereum. So moving over to Ethereum on the daily time frame. So this trend line that is in play, it's still looking bullish in my opinion, as long as it stays within this region, using this trend line as support. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to continue kind of potentially consolidating, and it's probably going to follow just Bitcoin as it always does, and eventually break to the upside. Now it might reject further, further back down to 1600 or even tap this trend line once again. But I think as long as it stays within here, then it's going to break to the upside eventually and hopefully finally explode as Bitcoin has done in the last few months. So, you know, let's keep a close eye on that, but it's still looking good in my opinion as long as it stays within this region. Also, looking at it a bit closer, you can see that currently it's actually at previous resistance turned support. So there is a key level here that it's currently testing. You can see this high over here at around 1720. This was resistance at one point and it became support. You can see this low right here, and now you can see these wicks all testing this area as support. So looking at it a bit closer, if it holds this area, then it'll probably consolidate and then break to the upside. If it breaks below, then it will now go into that lower area, still be between the trend line and this resistance level, but then also below this resistance level. All in all though, it's looking bullish in my opinion. I don't think there's anything to worry about unless it breaks below this trend line. So that'll be the breakdown for Ethereum, and that'll be the end of this video. Hopefully you got some value from that, and see you in the next video. Peace.